I just want to start off by saying that just because something doesn't last doesn't make it not real, okay? Reality TV is real, okay? It is very real. And much like the real world, things don't always work out. But I do think that because reality TV is on TV, there's this expectations for couples who win reality dating shows to last, when normal things that happen in normal couples and normal relationships happen to TV couples too, right? So you can't put unrealistic pressure just because someone met on TV, just because you rooted them on for episode after episode, that they don't have the ability to separate, because they do and they will if it's not meant to be. From what I understand, there are very few couples out there who did meet on reality TV that lasted. I even think there's a couple like reality TV babies out there, from couples who, like, met on reality dating shows, which is very cool. And to be very honest with you, if I could complete the fairy tale romance that I had on the show, it would be that. It would be a whole life, a family with that one true love that I met on the show, that everyone got to follow this relationship, see it grow, and then I got to witness and watch it grow into something else on my own. And honestly, as you guys know, I love creator life. I would love to even share those moments and those continued moments, that person and I would have together on social media. But for me, Rico wasn't that person. And that's something, like, it was one of those things where as all of that went on, as the relationship continued, I found out more and more about the things that I needed and wanted in a relationship, because they weren't there. And I was like, oh, I want this. And I didn't know I wanted this until I didn't have it. Within the confines of a relationship. So I learned so much, and I'm so grateful for the journey. But the one thing that I had to come on here and just say was that it was real. And I can't believe that that's even a question that I get. Like, I would never do anything that fake. Like, that would be 10 episodes of me pretending to like somebody. And the fact that people ask me if I did that, or if it was real, like, is just so shocking to me. So it was, and it is. Like, my love for him will never change. How I felt will never change. Like, I've opened myself up to a new future and the possibility of being with a new partner who is someone that I want, but it'll never change, like, how I felt while I was filming the show and how I felt after the show ended. Like, all those feelings were real, but I feel like because they're not current, because I don't currently feel like I'm in love with Rico. I don't currently feel all the things that I felt during the filming, which people try to think that, like, washes away the fact that I did feel it. Like, no, like, enjoy the experience, enjoy the show, know that what you're watching, or what you saw, if you already have seen it all, was real. And then I'm here to tell you that, and enjoy it from that aspect, because nothing sometimes nothing lasts forever. And in that case, you want the memory. You want to be able to look back on the beautiful moments and when it was good. And for me, and for Rico and I in our relationship, some of those best moments and places in time were on the show. So you guys get to press play and watch some of our favorite moments together, which is a really beautiful, lucky thing to have. And not to get all, like, what's the word, like, advocacy, but what the show is and what it's done for LGBT people and culture is the most impactful, beautiful thing for me. When people ask what do you like best, or what's the best thing that has come from the show from you, it would be that impact, that people feel seen and feel acknowledged, especially in like the thick bear community. The fact that bears have come up to me telling me that they're now hopeful for love or for finding a partner because they've seen me find a partner on TV, like that's when you realize something is so much bigger than you, or bigger than your relationship, or bigger than your thoughts, and bigger than your tears. It's creating an impact, and it's creating a door for representation for people who didn't have that before. And that is gonna allow, for people who don't understand what that means, it allows for people to be themselves freely. Um, Before I knew I could do this, I saw someone do it, and I always give them credit, or them credit. Tony on season 1 of For the Love of DILFs, and Alex Tikas on season 1 of For the Love of DILFs. Alex Tikas was furry, Tony was big and thick, and I saw that, and I was like, oh, we're casting thick, big people now for Okay, say less. Where do I apply? Like, it was like, I always wanted to do it. I always knew I could do it. I always knew it was within me to be vulnerable and be great on a reality TV show. But I don't know what it is or why we need this as human beings, but until you see someone like yourself do it, it seems nearly impossible. So the fact that I am now that representation for people to pop out and audition and do things that they didn't think they could do because they never saw someone who looked like them do it, that's the coolest part. Like, that's the greatest part of all of this, is being that beacon, that light, that trophy of representation for people to see, oh, I can do that too. And it's never ever going to be about, oh, I can do that too and I'm gonna do it, and it only matters if I did it. That's not how it works. When you get that spark of inspiration, of representation, and you are inspired to do something, the fact that you even tried to do it is enough. The fact that you even went out of your way to be the best version of you and try to reach those goals is enough. It doesn't have to be like, oh, I didn't make it all the way to the end, so the journey means nothing. No, never let it be like that. Realize that even the journey, and even you crawling to that finish line, is the most you're ever gonna learn. Like, you have to do that whole crawl, do that whole hurdle, do all those obstacles. The finish line doesn't matter. Whether or not you make it through it, or what time you made it through it, or how you made it through it, doesn't matter. But that journey from the beginning to the end is going to teach you the most. So you have to pay attention to that journey. You have to pay attention to the life that is in front of you, and you have to listen to the universe and listen to the things that it's trying to teach you so that you can be a better version of yourself. And this really went off on a different tangent, but it just goes to show how much, the show taught me, and how much these questions have taught me. And I do like just opening up and being honest about my experience and how I feel both then and now. And I just did a video, if you haven't seen it, with a bunch of Rico and Nigel questions in it. But when I finished, I wanted to do this one after. Off of the idea that the number one question I usually get is, are you two together, and was it real? And I hope I just explained it enough for you, that I would never fake love, because it's too complicated already, so why add in extra obstacles? I love you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.